All right, we have Dr. Joe Landers here answering your online pet questions. Before we get to those, let's talk about this cutie. This is Archie.
This is Archie, and he's about 5 months old. He's a little older than he looks because he's a pretty small little guy, and he's some little, we're calling him a rat terrier cross, and we were talking about it. He still has his tail, so I don't know what they thought he was when he was born. You know, they're usually mixed, but he's a cute little guy. He had some skin problems, so now we got it all cleared up, and it's a little cold this morning, so we put a little jacket on him. But he's a good little dog. He's very well behaved. I mean, this is the girls handled him a lot, and you know, he wants to be a little lap dog, so we'll have to get him used to going outside and running around. But he's over now. We switched him over to the Animal Aid Adoption Center, which is 794-6688, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see. It'll be on the screen.
Yes, we'll put it up at the end. All right. Well, Archie is a cutie. He definitely needs a good home. So he needs to look right into the camera and just get someone's attention.
Seeing if he sees himself. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So cute. All right, we've got lots of questions. Let's get to those. First, we have a question from Alyssa. What is the best way to combat ticks and fleas on my poodle?
What I will tell people is there are a plethora of products out there now, and one of the deals that you need to do is figure out how much you really got your risk to fleas and ticks. There's topical products now that are really good for ticks, and that's going to be a huge deal this season because it was really big last season, not a lot of good freezing. The people at the extension deals are already saying that what they do is they have deers and things that they're picking ticks off of and saying there's a whole bunch out there. So you need to call your veterinarian and kind of see, but mostly, I mean, Advantix is still probably my number one kind of choice, but there's some other good ones out there. There's some collars coming out which are really good and are lasting a long time, but you got to be careful that the dog doesn't eat the collar. Okay, so that's one of the deals I always kind of tell people. These flea and tick collars are really good as long as they don't ingest them. So.
And with cats, is it kind of a similar thing?
Cats, yeah, there's some topical stuff out there too. Cats don't get as many ticks, and I'll tell you one thing on ticks is when you go to a place, is what you really need to do is grab the dog, turn him over, pick off as many ticks as you can. Usually I'll tell people take a little bit of rubbing alcohol in a little cup or something and just throw the tick in there. That'll kill them. And you want to do that first because that's the main thing, is to get them off as quick as you can. Okay, sometimes there's little tiny seed ticks and those are harder to detect, and the topical stuff is really good for those guys that kind of get through and you miss them. Okay, because a lot of times on big dogs, they're between the little toes and up in their ears and stuff, and that's where the topical stuff really helps. So but picking them off is a great idea. So.
All right, well, that was a good question. We're out of time.
Yeah, we're out of time. Sorry about that. Yep.
No problem. We'll get to these other questions next week. If you're interested in adopting Archie here, call the Adoption Center, 918-794-6688. If you want to learn more about Heritage Veterinary Hospital, see some other pets who need homes, or just watch this segment again to see Archie again, go to our website, kjrh.com.